we're going to jump into our hot seat. We're going to put Terry on the hot seat here. Terry, hot seat, man. Tell me. Answer these questions for me as quickly as possible, but if you need to expound a little bit, do so. Starting over, what would you do differently?
Hire coaches, mentors. I didn't know that they even existed until 2012 when I learned about private money. That's how I learned about private money. So I wish I had known 10 years earlier. I'd be so much further along.
Okay. What is one characteristic you believe every high producing investor should have?
Making decisions quickly, but strategically.
Gotcha. That's one of the things that I'm working on. So I'm glad that you talked about that, because sometimes I flip flop. Should I? And I need to just pull the trigger, make the decision, and deal with the repercussions afterwards. You got any good book recommendations or video recommendations, anything like that?
Yeah, the one I keep talking about lately is called The Great Game of Business.
Okay.
That, I remember I said, looking at it as a sport and really just showing the metrics and economics of your business. A lot of those ideas came from that book right there. That book and Profit First. About a year and a half, 2 years ago, we shifted all of our companies over to the Profit First model. Those two books right there have been the biggest game changers in the last couple of years.
Gotcha. And then lastly, in parting, what words of encouragement can you give a newbie that's getting started? Think of yourself back in 2002, 2001. What would you tell yourself then?
That expect the hard times, like take the good with the bad. Yeah, things are going to be great, but it's not going to be easy getting there. So just be patient and it will come, right? So people may look at me as there's people, it's funny, like people in the wholesaling world right now that I've really made a big break over the last couple of years. They're like thinking I'm just new to the market, like I'm an overnight success. I'm a 20-something year overnight success, right? It took a lot of failing and falling on my face and losing money and growth and change and being hit from every angle to get to where I am. At one point in time, I was working 100, 120 hours a week, and I wasn't able to take vacations and do those things. But by having the right coaches, putting the right systems, processes, and people in place allows me to grow and do the businesses that I do today.
Perfect. Well, Terry, I want to thank you. I want to appreciate you for being on with us on today. I mean, you dropped some gems, a wealth of knowledge, actually, you know what, man, there's a lot that we didn't even touch that I may send you an invite for you to come back on. That way we can do a part 2 to really drive into some of, the fix and flips and the new builds, and even touch on the e-commerce business that you're working in. So Terry, I really appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for being here.